All right, everybody, welcome in as we start up the old lawnmower. I need to start the lawnmower, buddy. I'm that guy in the neighborhood
that hasn't started his lawnmower.
Yeah, he's starting like 3, and all the neighbors, their yards look all. And I've got. Let me put it this way: my mother knew how to be frugal growing up. We never purchased St. Augustine grass. Mm-hmm. Who is Augustine, by the way?
I have no idea, brother.
He's a saint.
I guess so.
Well, we had the St. Augustine grass, growing up, and Mom was frugal, still is, and she would take the runners. You follow me?
Yeah, I know exactly.
She'd take the runners and she'd clip them. She'd let it overgrow. She'd clip it, and then she'd start burying it throughout the rest of the yard. Mm-hmm. And 35 years later, the yard is all St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Except then there's like this old oak, like it's not an oak tree. Maybe it is. Does the oak make those little round seeds, the big round ones?
Called acorns?
No, not acorns. I know oak makes acorns, right?
Yeah.
There's another type of tree that makes a round. It's round. It's not an acorn. It's like a round ball with a little. It looks like, but it's poisonous. Huh. Those things fall and you have grass, it kills it all. But it's a beautiful tree.
Don't give me a lie.
So that's the only area that the St. Augustine won't grow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. For my neighbors that may be probably not watching this morning, so I can say this, I'm letting it grow over the curb for a reason. Those runners are now starting to make their way down the street, and I'm going to clip them, and I'm going to replant them in the backyard.
Okay.
So there you go.
Edger?
Nah, I'll just let them grow. It's, that's the way nature intended it, right? Nature intended for things just to grow.
Yeah.
And we're stifling growth. When we mow our lawns, we're stifling growth.
Okay.
Those things were meant to
I'll let you go with that one today.
Or my other excuse to my neighbors is this: well, I'm just letting it seed. Because if you let St. Augustine grow a lot, then it starts to seed.
Yeah.
So, well, hey, welcome in. A special day this morning as we honor veterans here on Veterans Day. And I was reminded this morning, we'll have a brief intro. Our good friends, Aimee, Bobruk, and René here this morning. Have traveled all the way from Denmark. Is that right? Denmark. They have traveled here. We had to pay them exorbitant amount of money because the airline fees are very expensive now. Mm-hmm. So they have flown in, and they will be flying out right after. No, I'm just kidding. They're making a Texas stop, and they will be at Sam's table. We'll talk to Aimee and René here in a little bit. But today is a special day, and it's Veterans Day. And Jason, as I was getting up this morning and getting ready, I was reminded of two people in my life who are no longer with us, and one is my grandfather. He passed in 2000. He was in World War II. I always thought he was first wave. Mm-hmm. Always thought that at D-Day because he had told me growing up only 8 people in his company survived. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a company is 150 or so.
Not sure.
And there was not many in his company. Well, I would later find out from my grandmother, that he wasn't the first wave. That was the second wave. And you think about, man, that the first wave was bad enough, and then terrible, and then they're still losing that many people, and I miss my grandpa. He did not go to school past 5th grade, but he was the smartest man I knew.
Right.
He had so much common sense. They had captured a German POW when they were there, and normally in times of war, there's obviously conflict, and this is your enemy. He befriended this guy. And this German POW taught my grandfather how to make fiddles.
Really?
And I don't know how all that came about, but so for the rest of father's life, he would make handmade custom fiddles, and he would take old tree trunks, and he would get pieces of glue them and even the bows. The only part, of course, he didn't make the actual bow, but horsehair. Mm-hmm. It was some sort of horsehair stuff that he would. This was all as a little kid, and it was fascinating to me. And out of everything, obviously he didn't make that part of the bow, and he didn't manufacture the hair for the bow. But the second thing, he didn't make the strings. Mm-hmm. But even the bridge on those fiddles, even the keys to tune them, he did the whole thing, and they were absolutely beautiful. And we have a few of those. And he started to make those for people, and what he would do is he would put them in later on in his. And so I'm reminded of my grandfather this morning. And also of my father, who we lost last July. My dad served in Vietnam in the Navy. He was on a ship called the USS Goldsboro, and it wasn't until after Dad had passed that I'd finally seen his Navy photos. He never wanted to go through those, understandably. He just didn't want to go back and relive that. And so after we were going through, and he always said, one day I'll show them to you. And he never got to. And so, and because he said he'll show them to us one day, I felt okay going through them because he said I wanted to honor my father. But they were on them old 35 millimeter slides. And to find one of those projectors nowadays, good luck. It's like a VCR. My goodness, VCR is like $300 now,
Yeah.
I guess. You get on eBay and buy one. That's about the only place. And you can get DVD players for $5, though. But on Amazon, and I found a Kodak still around. And they make a digital slide reader. And it was $159. Put the slides in, and then you can take pictures of them and convert them digitally.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So, man, I went through probably 200 slides, and I found all my dad's old Vietnam footage. And it was so cool to see my dad, like, in his early 20s. I've never seen this. So later in the end of the show, I'll show some of those pictures if that's all right.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be cool.
Well, Jason's here with us as we get rolling this morning. Again, we're going to have a brief intro. We do want to welcome you in. Let us know that you're out there today. And let us know who you're thankful for. Maybe there's somebody in your family that served. As we get rolling here on episode number 630, big good morning to everyone in Huntsville and those across the social media feeds that are joining us. And thank you to Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, Jason Thompson with Guardian Defense. What's going on, man? How have you been?
Just staying busy.
I just noticed something, man.
What?
Did you cut your finger?
Yeah.
That's not the finger you want to cut.
No. It's not the finger you want to show people that you cut.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Was that guy that cut you off in traffic and, like, you hit the window on accident? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Getting off.
Yeah.
Real good.
No, man.
Yeah, like, half an inch wide all the way across.
No, here we go. This is the I don't know any medical words that start with T, but we need to have that segment on the show.
Okay.
We'll tie it in one of these days. So,
well,
good to see you, man. What else is going on, Jason?
Nothing. I made it through midterm week at school. So,
yeah. How's all that going?
It's challenging. I guess would be the nice way to say it.
I cut the brakes at ORU, man. It was tough. I never wanted, I didn't want to stop, but I had to. So
I'm close, man.
Stay the course.
I have made it halfway through. We're at week 6 of a 10-week quarter. Then I have one more quarter.
Stay the course, brother. You're doing good, man.
And I'll be done.
Done all the way?
All the way.
Oh, yeah. Stay the course, brother. Stay the course. See, I had another 2.5 years, and I was like, I'm going to take a break. Well, hey, we do want to welcome you, and let us know, like I said, that you're out there today. We have a special treat for you guys. I'm so excited to have Aimee, Bobruk, and René here today, as I mentioned earlier. She's been on the show a couple of times, a friend of the program, and
you know you can talk. Nobody can hear you.
Yeah,
you're over there doing the sign language.
Yeah. We do usually have a one-person audience. Kyle Kreiner usually comes and hangs out with us.
He's out in West Texas,
but he's in the oil field business. So yeah, the only reason he's not here is he's in West Texas right now.
Yeah.
So, but do us a favor, let us. It's weird in here because I don't have the fan running. It seems so quiet.
Well, there's no need for a fan.
No.
It's pretty chilly outside.
Felt great this morning. I got up. Man.
Yeah, you and your shorts.
But that's only because it's a 5-second, going through. That's it. That's all it is. So.
Yeah, it's that North Dakota coming out.
Oh, yeah, you betcha. So, well, we're going to take a break. We will have Aimee and René with us when we come back on the other side. And a couple of other announcements, too. We'll have those at the end of the show, but I'm really excited. We launched it overnight. We were waiting until Veterans Day. It's going to happen next year, though. But we are presenting something called Hero Field here in Huntsville, and we want the community to be a part of this. We wanted to put this out a year in advance on Veterans Day this year to start a little bit of what we hope to do with this. It's a really exciting opportunity.
Yeah, I read the article, man. That sounds pretty good.
We had it in Georgetown. It's an incredible. They've been doing it 9 years there, but we'll talk more about it on the back end of the show. Do us a favor. Let us know you're there. We're going to step aside. We're going to take a break. And we will be back in a moment as we continue promoting and celebrating all things good here in Huntsville. I was going to see how you said it. You ever say Huntsville?
Huntsville.
You got to get in the morning when I'm trying to get going.
You got to get way down deep.
You can feel it right there.
Yeah.
Like if it's Huntsville, it's up here.
Yeah.
But
you got to get low.
See, man, I'm starting to get like a 2-pack ab.
A 2-pack.
Yeah, I had a 1-pack. It's starting to turn into 2. And if you say, Huntsville, it helps out. So Amy's like, just let us on the show. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. This is Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted, family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Looking for the perfect office space? Drive success with premier office spaces in Huntsville at Huntsville Executive Office Suites. Raven Property Management has moved you a tour at 2503 Lake Road. Whether you're a startup, small business, or an established company, our Class A offices provide the professional environment you need to thrive. Flexible leases, modern amenities, and a prime location. This is where business gets done. Execute your success today. Visit HuntsvilleWorkspace.com to schedule your tour.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
All right, friends, back at as we continue on this morning, and we are so thankful. Jason, you know, it's cool. Once in a while, we get to have really fun guests on the show. Not saying that other guests aren't fun, but we get to have some really talented and fun guests this morning. Mm-hmm. And we welcome back to the program. Look, they're hidden right now, but here we go. This is the magic of the cam. Ready? Oh, there they are. Aimee, Bobruk, René joining us. Gummer, good to have you all this morning. Thank you, sir. It's been a while. Aimee, how are things going? I know you guys are making your rounds through the Lone Star State.
Yeah, things are good. We're on tour, but we're here in Huntsville tonight at Sam's Table. It's lovely. They always support live music from the university and local musicians. So we'll be playing tonight at Sam's Table at 6:30, a special Veterans Day show. I think they might have a special Veterans Day menu as well. But it's lovely to be there. We were in Central Texas and we're on a tour for till the end of the month. And together, we're 10,000 bees.
I love it. Well, we've talked
5,000 each.
We've talked so much, Aimee. You've been on the show a couple of times, and I've always wanted to meet René. And you said one day when we come through,
Yeah.
I'll bring René. And here he is, your awesome husband. Good to have him on. René, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Good. How are things going on the tour for you?
Well, we've been doing this a number of years now, and so I'm getting used to it. I've been here quite a lot. I'm a journalist also. I was a correspondent here for quite some time. So I'm getting used to the southern states, and it feels like home to me.
One thing I didn't know, I was asking where y'all met. Y'all met in Austin. I grew up in Georgetown, so pretty cool to meet in Central Texas, and now, of course, living in Denmark. But I was joking earlier, I said we had to pay the big fees to get y'all to come here today. So, well, Aimee, let us know a little bit about what y'all have going today, and we're just going to let y'all play. We just love having y'all on the show. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, well, we got a song. I wrote this one last year in October when I was in Shenandoah National Park. I spent about a month there hiking the trails, and I saw the park rangers talk. And in one of their first talks, they talked about people who had walked through the Appalachian Trail, and they talked about a veteran. And he's quoted as saying that he walked the trail to walk the war out of him. So today's Veterans Day. This is a song inspired by a veteran. I thought about what that must have been like coming back from war and being in nature. So this is called Southbound Wind.
Gossamer glows in the morning mist, and the heart grows quiet like a slow-drawn fist. You have this day and you have this life, so forget your worries, forget your strife. See how the water flows from the ridge where the chestnuts grow, over stones in the dark hollow, to the creek with the trout below, downstream into a river wide, 100 miles to the clouds above a sea of blue, resurrecting little molecules to send again as drops of morning dew. The leaves turn gold in the autumn light, but the scars you carry never fade out of sight. Remember when you remember how, ain't it funny how it all adds up to now? See how the light shines down, throwing shadows all around, on a squirrel under a red oak tree, hiding acorns in the fallen leaves, across the face of a white-tailed deer, standing frozen full of eyes would like to strip you bare. So you pause and meet him fair and square, just head on there in one long steady stare. Take these words with a grain of salt. It ain't worth fighting and it ain't your fault. Walk today up on old Red Mountain, and you might find peace in a southbound wind. Yeah, you might find peace in a southbound wind.
All right, beautiful. Thank y'all. That was. Tell us a little bit. I know you said the song, for Veterans Day. Maybe just kind of a little bit more of the backstory. That was such a beautiful, beautiful song, Aimee.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I just I had about a month there to hike through the trails, and I took note of just what I saw. A lot of those trails I was walking alone. I might pass one person. I might be out for 2 or 3 hours, and the trees and the squirrels and the deer, and I kind of tried to put myself in that frame of mind of if I had been through something that was really difficult, how nature can be healing by turning outwards, and just softly tried to reference a soldier, through scars and the light, and that sense of it not being your fault. I've never experienced that, but I've heard stories about, when your fellow people from your group or troop pass away and you kind of feel guilty for it, or maybe not being able to just save a civilian in time. So having to let go of a sense of guilt as well. And that must be pretty hard coming back. I've never really talked to anyone directly about it. I just tried to put myself there mentally. Yeah. But I imagine it's kind of like I would imagine it's like being on a different planet. And you just try to get through it and survive, and of course, stand up for what you believe in democracy and for people's freedom to be alive and live and make choices. But that must be awfully difficult coming back home to people that can't relate to that. So I imagine I imagine a lot of veterans there feel like an alien.
Yeah.
In some sense.
Well, you brought up something so important, and I wanted to mention this. I know y'all got a couple other songs, right?
Yeah, we do.
Awesome. I wanted to bring up, because, we always like to uplift and, provide a little encouragement to people this morning. And I love what you said. Jason, I love what she said about
I'm telling you,
being out in nature. How many times do we need to stop and pause and just spend some time in nature and just reflect? Because we get into this mindset, Aimee, you know this. And that's what I love about having you and René here today, because y'all reminding us we need to take a step back. Yeah, we've all got bills, and we've got to work, and we've got to do all these things. But you know what? We've also got something beautiful that we can walk outside, we can pause, we can reflect. And I think we get away from that, and sometimes we forget who we are and what we're here for, because we're not out just thinking. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, what else do you got for us? I'm so glad y'all are here, and I want to say this too, I love the way y'all harmonize. This is why I've been wanting René to come, and I just love hearing both of y'all together.
Well, thanks a lot. First, I'd just like to add a little bit that the Veterans Day as a concept, of course, this is very, well, we do not have any of that kind in where I come from, since we haven't been in a war for over 160 years. So there's basically no veterans in Denmark. So it's just nice to see how you treat these people with respect, like also going on public transportation. When you fly here, they call in the veterans first. So you kind of get that feeling that you did something for your country, and that is not. I live in a country where basically some would call the socialistic, but nobody's really more than any other there. We are all basically equal, or that's how we were brought up, right? So nobody has any advantages, and I really like to see that people who did something special put their life on the line, that they get to that recognition from other people, and from it's a beautiful thing. And also with the nature, Aimee and I walk all the time. We spend at least a couple of hours walking. I do it because I have diabetes and I want to stay in shape, and I've done that for many, many years. And it's just wonderful to use this also. It may not be so usual that you go to the U.S. and travel the U.S. and you look for these places where you can go out and take a good hike. There's so many of them. There's so many of them. We rarely meet anybody out there. But the nature is beautiful. This is
Yeah.
such a beautiful country that it's unbelievable.
Well, we appreciate, Aimee knows here in Huntsville, there's a lot of good places to go walking and hiking
Yeah,
around
there
here.
are. There are out at the state park. I remember growing up out there at the Sam Houston State Park. That's one big difference between, I think, the U.S. and Denmark, and it may just be the land is either state-owned or privately owned. And so I remember when I first moved to Denmark 5 years ago, asking René a lot of questions about where I could walk, because we live pretty rural. I mean, we can walk out our front door and there's a lot of farmers. And I just wanted to make sure it was okay that I was walking there. And he just thought it was so funny that I was asking those questions. I said, well, I wouldn't just go walking on anybody's land, because a lot of times you see that trespassing sign. It's very rare, but I just never did it. So one of the big differences, I mean, they have this culture in Scandinavia, in Sweden and Norway and Denmark, and I guess maybe more all around Europe, the sort of pilgrim walking culture.
You have a right to.
You have
be
a
in
right
nature.
to walk.
There's
So you
a
can walk
sign that says,
anywhere.
please come walk.
Well, you can walk, and you just you don't walk in the middle of a field when somebody's growing something, but you
Yeah.
can walk on the edges.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's pretty awesome, because I really, really got into nature in the last 5 years, walking
That's cool.
around, because you could just walk anywhere in Denmark. And here it's pretty much like, let's get in the car and go out to the state park, or let's go to the park and walk, or walk around a neighborhood, but it's a little different. But I love our national parks, and they should stay there, and we should have more of them in the U.S.,
Yeah,
in my
I agree.
opinion. We should have more national parks. Well, we got another song. You want to introduce it?
Yeah, it's a new one, and this is about just those footsteps that you leave behind will always, define, especially those from your dad. They will always define who you are somehow. And this is a daddy song, I believe. Would you say?
Yeah.
Walk tall and stay true.
I remember Daddy, how he took my hand. I was 8 years old and walking in his footsteps on our land. He saw a future out of the black, worked late and carried weight that would break a man's back. One day he could buy a little house out of town, see the moon over the river, his light comes shining through. Work hard for your dreams, walk tall and stay true. Daddy lost his job, I saw him try, saw him wait in line and bide his time while others passed him by. We lost the house that fall, a winter of despair. One April morning, Mom came in, pulled out her chair. And it breaks my heart to say, here is the moon and the river, his light comes shining through. Work hard for your dreams, walk tall and stay true. And now the house lies scattered, the grass is growing wild. It takes the memory of a home that shaped and marked a child. dream I keep having, rising out of the debris from somewhere far away. Daddy's watching over me. See the moon over the river, the light comes shining through. Work hard for your dreams, follow Daddy's footsteps, walk tall and stay true.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so happy y'all are here. Y'all just, I mean, I keep saying it. I'm not just saying it to say it, but I think it's so important that we pause and reflect. And, Renee, when you introed that song, as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little more emotional. I don't know if that comes with age.
I wouldn't know because I'm very young myself.
But when you said that, I immediately was taken back to my dad. And it was tears of joy. And so thank you for that. It reminded me of my father, and I don't know, I'm just speechless. It just really made me feel good this morning, so thank you. Needed that.
Yeah, we're excited about that song. That one's we're playing some new ones. Southbound is out. Southbound Wind is our single out that's right now. Walk Tall and Stay True's coming out in the spring.
Actually, with the album there, we're releasing a full album in April.
And
In
Aimee,
April.
I have a website people can go to.
Yeah, it's 10,000 like the number 10000 bees.com. I joke with Renee, I say we should have a 1-800 number. I gotta figure out how to have a 1-800 number people can call in and leave a message. Because I kind of wonder like what people would, you get joke calls too, but if you actually, you used to do that, you used to like call in and leave a comment.
We used to
Now
randomly,
it's on Facebook and it just disappears.
we would randomly put in, we'd do 1-800 and then just a bunch of gibberish and see what we got when we were kids, and then we would leave messages. So see, there you go.
1-800-10,000 bees. But yeah, we're coming out with an album, and we're excited about that. And we're playing here tonight at Sam's Table, 6:30 to about 8:30. Well, we might play longer if there's a bunch of people there. It is good to make a reservation. Diego down there, the owner, is great. I think he's celebrating. Did you say a 6-year anniversary, 5-year anniversary?
Yeah, he did say 6 years.
6
Yes,
years.
yeah.
He's been there, and it's great food. He's lovely, and he supports music. He also supports the university and the schools there for creatives that come in and make music. So that's just a lovely thing to have. There wasn't a place when I was growing up here where we could really do that, where we could really hear live music, unless you had a church band or you went down to the Woodlands to see a concert,
That was it.
So it's lovely that there is a place in town, Sam's Table, that does have live music. And we'll be on the road here. We head off to Louisiana on Thursday, and Mississippi and Alabama, and then back up to Dallas area, Texarkana, and over to West Texas. And then we'll be circling back in April. We'll be 3 weeks on a Texas tour. So
Awesome.
A lot of miles.
dig it, yeah, if you want to hear us, come out tonight. But also, we love playing house concerts and parties.
Oh,
We do a
cool.
lot of that in Denmark, and I always announce it at live shows, but we just love playing music. So if you got a birthday or anniversary or something to celebrate in April, please reach out online to 10,000 Bees, and we'll come and we'll figure something out that works. We'll
Now,
come and
But
play.
also, Aimee, if you run a big old festival with 100,000 folks,
Yeah, please.
100,000 folks.
So wait, April the 8th, are y'all going to be in town?
I
yes.
will be, yeah, we will be.
There's a birthday on April the 8th, so we may
Is
have
it
to.
your birthday?
We may have to arrange something.
Is it your birthday?
Potentially.
Is it your birthday?
It's
Potentially?
potentially my birthday on April the 8th.
potentially. You're not quite sure.
Uh-oh.
So
Well, that was my late mom's as well. So yeah. I'd love
we
to
may
do
have to
that.
do an old school Robapalooza at Rather Park.
Robapalooza.
We had those back in the day. I didn't come up with it.
Robapalooza.
Yeah, we may have to do that at Rather Park.
Call Green Day. Well, we're gonna do another one?
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
mind? I don't want to
we
be
have time.
greedy. I don't want to be greedy, but could y'all do one more? I just
Yeah,
love listening to y'all.
We do have one song here that is we would try to write. I mean, every time you write something, especially as a journalist or a writer, it has to have a conflict in it. So, I mean, read the Bible; they have a lot of conflicts there. So it's hard to write something without a conflict. And we wanted to try to write a song without a conflict in it. That would be the equivalent to like a newspaper full of good news, which would be like, I mean, it's not so the dog got fed again. Okay, well, it's not, but it's a challenge, and I think you'll be the judge. It's about love, basically. 1, 2, 3.
When you wake up one day with a storm on its way, fear and anger might tear you apart. Hear the noise, feel the spin, things are quickly folding in. Step away, take a breath, let it go for a while. Let your head down, hallelujah, let it fall to my chest. Let it run across the plains in the breeze. We have seen the river flow, we have heard the thunder roll. Let your head down, hallelujah, let your head down. Things can change on a dime without reason or rhyme. You're here one moment, then gone, and you're left all alone, facing something unknown, with nothing but memories and a broken heart. Let your head down, hallelujah, let it fall to my chest. Let it run across the plains in the breeze. We can hear the river flow, we have heard the thunder roll. Let your head down, hallelujah, let your head down on me. Catch the answers in the wind. Open up and let the spirit, let it in. Come lie with me now, things will work out somehow. You push the world to your will, play your part, try your best, walk away, let it rest, find a calm in the center where the winds don't blow. Let your head down, hallelujah, let it fall to my chest, let it run across the plains in the breeze. We have seen the river flow, we have heard the thunder roll. Let your head down, hallelujah, let your head down on me. Let your head down, hallelujah, let your head down on me.
Boy, well, thank y'all for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
I need to get out my credit card and just have y'all stay for another hour, you know? But the good news is you can see Aimee and René tonight, 6:30 at Sam's Table. Call ahead, make a reservation.
Yeah, and if you don't, man, you don't know what you're missing out.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do it
makes
justice.
me want to make a reservation instead of do homework.
Well, it doesn't do it justice sitting here. I mean, it's beautiful here, but I'm talking for those of you sitting online listening. If you're here, my goodness, it's a whole different ball game, and so thankful to have y'all today. Aimee, I think before y'all go, I think originally you had reached out to us. I think with some news or something. That's how we met, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think that's how it was.
Yeah, basically since I got married and I moved across the pond, when I come back and visit family and I play some shows, I decided to play more shows in East Texas in general, and for us as well, so we could visit, my family. And I was like, what's happening? And I found you guys online. I was like, oh, yeah. Look at these guys running this program. That's really cool.
Well, we were going to close it down after a year, and then we met you, and we said, well, we're going to keep it going. So thank you.
I don't think I can take that credit, but thank you.
The mic stand really is because of you, though. That is a true story. Yeah.
Gear, an excuse to buy gear.
Yeah, there you
That
go.
you fit in my mind with all the other men I have met. Just look for the reason to buy the piece of equipment you need.
Yeah. Well, René, I'm so thankful to have you today. Aimee has spoken so wonderfully of you the past couple times she's been here, and she said one day René's going to be with me, and you'll get to meet him. We're so thankful. What a great opportunity for our audience. What a treat this morning to have both of y'all. René, maybe just any final thoughts? Thank you for being here this morning.
Well, thank you. It's you were talking a little bit about Huntsville, and I've been coming to Huntsville, of course, for 15 years or something, and we have been doing shows basically all over the country. And Aimee was always like, I can't get a gig in Huntsville. I don't know why. And what was that? 1.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Finally, we got to play here and to gig here and here as well. And it sort of gives you another grounding with the city, it makes me feel more at home. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I hope that of course we will be able to play more here around this area. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, we're going to town on the computer and looking for places. We were driving out. We go back out there today to Livingston and Onalaska. And,
Oh, cool.
I think they should go to the Old Town Theater.
Yeah, y'all need to get over.
Old
We need to
Town
hook y'all up with Lois and get y'all over to the Old Town Theater.
Yeah.
The acoustics. I could just picture y'all both there. Beautiful acoustic set, and y'all just sitting on that stage and
that's
singing.
a lovely stage. Yeah. Well, we'll look at that. But tonight we'll be at Sam's, 6:30, and we're looking forward to it. And
Very
we'll
much
be
so,
back
yeah.
in April as well.
Wonderful.
Already got some shows booked down in Spring, Texas, and hopefully another one in Huntsville, and out in the Austin area, and Richards. So we'll be here.
Y'all should go to Georgia. Have y'all been to Georgetown?
Yeah.
That's my hometown. Y'all should go to play it. Downtown, the square is beautiful too. Y'all would love it down there.
Yeah, we like the historical towns. Those
So,
are lovely. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, Aimee, thank you. So I know this is, I know it's not easy to get up early, especially y'all are traveling and doing all this, but thank y'all.
Well, we're up every morning at 3 a.m.
Okay.
practicing, writing songs.
There you go. So.
I think that's just me.
When it's we, it's me. So me is we and we is me. Yeah. So, well, thank y'all again. Come tonight to make the reservation. Call Sam's Table, and you know what? It's so wonderful to have Aimee and René here. And in April, we'd love to have you back, and we'll be in our new studio in April. So it's just across the hall. So
wow. Okay, cool.
we'll be excited
Sweet.
to have y'all back. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Aimee. René, I'm telling you, so wonderful to meet you. Y'all have brought so much joy into this little room here today. It's made my whole day, so thank y'all so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, we're going to take a break, and we couldn't have folks like Aimee and René if it wasn't for the generous support of our friends like Guardian Defense. We'll take a break, and Jason and I will wrap it up when we come back. It's your show here on Veterans Day. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Hey friends, this is Rob Hipp, and I'm here to talk about a true expert in the real estate world. Let me introduce you to my good friend, Terry Coleman of the Coleman Realty Group.
With 33 years in the business, I've dedicated my life to making your real estate dreams come true. Specializing in residential properties, I serve Walker and Montgomery counties, from Spring to Trinity and areas all around.
They call her your next door agent, and here's why.
I'm not just here to help you find a home or lease a property. I'm here to build lifelong relationships. Whether it's residential or commercial, farm or ranch listings, there's something for everyone.
Now you might wonder, what sets Terry apart from other real estate agents? Well, it's simple. She goes above and beyond for her clients, like the time she surprised a family from California with a fully decorated Christmas tree and gifts when they returned from closing. You shouldn't have to compromise on the joys of home during life-changing moments. So, if you're ready to make your real estate dreams come true, here's what you need to do.
Visit my website at myrealtorterry.com and let's make those dreams a reality.
That's Terry Coleman, your expert in all things real estate.
I'm Terry Coleman, your next door agent, and I can't wait to help you open the door to your new life.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
The church should be transformational. And maybe you've never been to Chilling Lost, but Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." At First Baptist Church, Huntsville, a harbor of hope, we're not trying to fit in with the world. We're here to help you step into something greater, a fresh start, a new life in Christ. Join us this Sunday at 10:45 and see what God can do in your life. Visit fbchuntsville.org. Hope is here, and we're saving a seat just for you.
Loving Jesus, loving people side by side. In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
Back at it. What a treat this morning, Jason. I mean, I just love having Aimee on, and so glad we finally got to meet her husband, René. They are just kind, wonderful people, and I always say the world needs more of that. The world needs more just good, down-to-earth people, and it's so great. And Aimee gets to come home. Here this is home for her,
right?
And where she grew up, and she gets to come back and play over at Sam's table, and I never take that for granted, having somebody in. Musicians are so talented, and they put a lot of work into their craft, a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Yes, they do.
And especially when it's a couple, you can see the passion, that they have for not just each other, but for the music. And
that they do.
It makes it so much better. If it was just kind of a duet and it's just, maybe they're friends or whatever, but when you have a married couple, it's
not
way
like
different.
When you see, the big name entertainers doing a duet.
Mm-hmm.
This was totally different, and sitting here live and being that close to them, you could feel the energy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, makes me want to go and give me a reservation for Sam.
It was good
because A, you get good, and second of all, just to hear them sing again would be fun.
Well, it is Veterans Day, and we do want to honor those that have served, and I had some photos here that I wanted to show this morning, if that's all right. And
I wish you would.
I miss my dad. I love my dad. I miss him. I miss just being able to call him, and I want to know, don't take your family for granted. I never took my family for granted, never do. But I do wish that I would have talked to my dad a little bit more. It's not that we didn't talk. It's just I was here and he was there, but we did. We have a lot of wonderful memories, and so some of my dad's pictures that we were going through as we went through things, and there he is back in the day. I love looking at that. There's my dad back in the day. It was cool. This was when he was at the VFW. He's the man here on the left with the VFW hat on, shaking the gentleman in the tie. My dad had presented a scholarship check to Georgetown High School. My dad was the post commander at VFW Post 85-87 there in Georgetown. Won the Post of the Year back in the day. It was after my dad was there, but they do great work, and there's a really good shot of my dad when he was in the Navy, and so I just wanted to. There he is, right there. You can always see my dad because of his ears.
Why are you making fun of your dad's ears, man?
No, I'm not. He would laugh about it too. So there's my dad and my little niece. That was
that's one thing that never stops growing on your human body is your ear.
Really?
Yeah, your ears never quit growing.
I had no idea about that, Jason.
Yeah.
There's my mom and dad. My dad, when he was hunting back, he loved to go hunting.
But I mean, if you go back and seriously go back and look at the photos, not right now, but go back and look at the photos from when he's a young man versus when he was an older man, and you'll notice his ears are a little bit bigger.
That was the last photo I took of my dad right there, Jason. 2 days later, he would pass away. Mm-hmm. And we just thought he was in the hospital like he normally was. He'd been in the hospital quite a bit.
Right.
Got to meet my little boy, and look how happy Caden was. He finally met his pawpaw, and we had went there. We had went to go visit him. My dad had been diagnosed with cancer, esophageal cancer, and my dad never wanted us to worry about him. In fact, I was telling my mom the other day, I said, I really feel like I can be a much better father and a much better husband. And my dad had his faults. All of us have faults, but
none of us are perfect, brother.
The things that my dad did for us outweighed anything that was ever bad. Anything that you would ever consider bad or something, that you say, man, why did that happen? My dad did so much good for so many people. And I wanted to share just a couple of others here real quick. These were the actual slides that I found. Again, ones that he never really wanted to show us. And as I went through, it was cool to see my dad in this way. I never saw him much as a young man.
Right.
But this was my dad when he had served, and some pretty cool photos that we pulled. I love this one. He's just chilling, and there he is. Mm-hmm. Just taking a brief moment to relax, if you could. He was a operator of a gun mount on the USS Goldsboro, and this was a lot of the things that he never wanted to. He never really wanted to talk about this part of what he had to do, because obviously those are weapons, and those had to go to somebody when things happen. And my dad was the operator of those. And I never had seen those pictures. He'd never showed me those pictures before. But those were, that's when he operated the gunman. There he is actually loading the munition right there. And just cool to see my dad. Like this picture, I was like, is that my dad? I was like, he looked like he was ready to take care of some business, man. And I was so thankful that we had these and that I was able to find these. And that right there is a spitting image of my brother, to be honest. I mean, just a spitting image of my brother. Kind of cool here. He was hanging out, had the radio on. Just kind of puts things in a whole new perspective, whenever you don't see these pictures of your dad growing up. And I don't know, man, it just makes me want to do more. It really does. And I was so thankful for my dad. We had a lot of good years together. And that's like these are the ones that you see, kind of looks like something you'd see on like MASH, with the big helmets and all that. But they had to wear them, that kept them safe. That kept them safe, man. But anyways, I just wanted to share a few. That's my dad, and I sure do miss him. My grandfather, as I said earlier, he had also fought in World War II. And I was trying to look here because I don't have a whole lot of pictures, unfortunately, of my grandfather, but there is one that I have. And I think this photo was taken in England. My mother will go back and watch this later, and she'll correct me if I'm wrong. But that is my grandpa. That is my mom's father who fought in World War II. He was the second wave in the Army. He was under General Patton. And he had told me a story once about how they had gotten into a situation. And there was a German that was down and they were down in a ditch, and this German, he was the only one left. They'd already taken out the rest of this part of the enemy, and this German was running around back and forth, and he was throwing grenades at him, but he was running to different spots. So he made it think like there was a bunch of them up there, and later they would take care of that. And my grandpa said, we knew it was just one because the timing in between each one, but we knew it was just one guy. But he was running all over the place. We couldn't see him, but we could see the grenades coming in, and we knew that it was just him. Because why would there just be one and then another one over here and another one over here? And it's just a weird. It's weird how people tell you stories, and those kind of things are the ones that stick with you. That was right. That was the one, really the only military story my grandpa told me that really stuck with me. And he early on he did like to share with you kind of what he did, and I wouldn't say that he liked it, but he wanted to tell you what he did.
Correct.
Not for his own recognition. And in fact, it's my understanding that he was supposed to receive the Purple Heart. There's some shrapnel throughout his life. Shrapnel. He'd be sitting down and he'd tell my grandma, he's like, "Come over here, I got something in my back again." And she had a little pill box. Over the years, the shrapnel would work its way out of his back. And but he never he told me one time, he goes, I don't need the recognition. I don't want the recognition. I just did what I was called to do. And I think that's every person who serves.
I do too.
Any person that serves is going to tell you, I don't want the recognition. I don't need the recognition. They appreciate it, but that's not why they did it.
No.
So anyways, I just wanted to share that this morning to honor my dad and my grandfather. And there's a lot of veterans right here in our community, and some folks that we just think the world of. The Horns, Richard Horn, who received a commendation at the Hunts Museum.
Just the other day.
Yeah, good man. So we appreciate that, and just be reminded that freedom isn't free. It comes at a price. And when we sit around and we think about all the things that we deal with every day, the things that we deal with are nothing compared to what those have served have had to deal with.
That is so true.
And I know that we get caught in our own little world, and I'm guilty of it as well.
We all are guilty of it, each and every one of us.
But I want this day to serve as a reminder of the privilege it is to be here in America. God has blessed this nation tremendously, and we can never, ever take that for granted.
Nope.
Never. And it's easy to sit here in this chair and talk about it. But there's people that serve that have been about it, and we will never know.
Like you said, it's easier to talk about it. It's a lot harder to live it.
Mm-hmm. And I never had to live it, thankfully. I lived bits and pieces of it through my father, through some things that he dealt with and he told me. We're so blessed in Huntsville, and I wanted to say this too, Jason. We are so blessed here in Huntsville because this community is so caring for our veterans.
Yes, they are.
It's folks like Tara Burnett with the Hearts Veterans Museum. I call her the Heart of Huntsville, literally, because of what she does. We have friends like Bob Kane who join the show also almost daily. Bob is our Veteran Service Officer with Walker County. That man is passionate about helping veterans.
He is.
Good man.
And their families as well. We did a service last weekend, and lo and behold, guess who shows up with a arrangement for the service? Tara.
Yeah.
Tara and Roger dropped it off.
I think about people in this community that have made a difference. Ray Hernandez served in the military, and I don't want to start naming too many because I'm going to leave out a bunch of people. I don't want to ever feel that, but Clay Talsworth, we lost him a few months ago, and I know y'all cared for him, and Tara was there, and I had the privilege of speaking briefly at his memorial service. And when you go to those, what do you see? You see the picture of them in their service uniform, and you're reminded again of that phrase: "Freedom isn't free; it comes at a price." And so I want to encourage you this morning to be mindful. And if you're going through a difficult situation, I'm not doing this to compare or to tell you to compare, but just be reminded that a lot of what we go through really isn't that much compared to what some people have had to go through.
And it isn't as bad as what you think it is. And give it a little time, it'll pass.
When we get upset, when we go through a situation, Jason, we're all guilty of this. You've seen me like this, it doesn't happen often, but all of a sudden it's like you're in this tunnel and there ain't nothing that anybody can say or do that's going to make any difference because you have allowed the emotion to overcome you so much that it's like a blanket that is wrapped around you and you can't get out from under it. And you've seen me like that before.
We've been there. I've been there.
We all have, yeah. I try not to do it much, but it happens maybe a couple times a year. You've seen me come in here in the morning before. You're like, what's going on with you? Man, just don't eat mash, And
yeah, boy. Like, ooh, son, somebody got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
We got to take a break sometime and just be reminded. Use this day to be reminded. One, to honor our veterans, those that have served, currently serving, but also be reminded this morning of the sacrifice that they've paid. And it is the ultimate selfless sacrifice, serving our country. And there is. And people sometimes I talk to people about this frequently, and all of a sudden people start talking politics. I said, put the politics aside. The fact that people are serving. Whatever that reason may be, they are serving, and it's not easy. And they do it because they love this country. And so just love on somebody today and tell them you appreciate them, and do that every day too as well. I wanted to share one more thing, Jason. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
We got time?
We got time.
What do you got going on today?
Work.
Jason Thompson. Yeah. I didn't know if you ever worked, I mean.
No, I just,
Yeah, right, man.
I just go to a building and breathe a little bit and call it work.
This guy is nonstop. Well, hey, we waited until Veterans Day. This was an idea. Very thankful. Again, thankful for folks like Dave Donahue. He used to be my GM. There's a lot of things that I was wanting to do in this community, and I used to want to do them where I worked at. And Dave said, I don't think that's a good idea for now. He said, you keep that, and the Lord will show you when the right time is. And so, in the community I grew up in Georgetown, we had something called the Field of Honor. It's a great 9 years doing this now. It's been incredible. Basically, it's not. I don't want to make this sound like it's nothing big because it's a huge deal. It's a flag display, and you can purchase flags, and those flags are put into this beautiful field, and as people drive by, they can see them. You can buy one in honor of somebody that's currently serving, has served in the past. Maybe they're no longer with us.
So when you buy one, is that one for that year, or is that one that's going to be out there?
So let me explain what this is. So basically, we've came up with the idea here, and I've wanted to do this forever, and I wanted to call it Hero Field. Not trying to reinvent the wheel, but we're going to start this with just the flags. Eventually, I can see this turning into something to where people in the community, we can end up having more events the entire week. Mm-hmm. But not this Veterans Day, not today, but next year, the Veterans Day week, you'll be able to see a display of flags on I-45 on the property where the Hearts Veterans Museum is. So imagine as you drive by and you see beautiful American flags, and we're talking big flags, not little ones, big, 4x3 flags out there in the wind. You'll have the opportunity to purchase a flag, and that flag, you can purchase it in honor of someone who's currently serving. You can purchase it in memory of somebody who has served. You can purchase it for someone that is a first responder, maybe someone that works with police or fire or EMS. Or you can just purchase it in honor of somebody regardless. Maybe if there's someone in your life that's been a hero, a mentor that's helped you out. We're going to divide that field into separate areas for each branch of the military. You'll be able to experience and see that as well. And what's neat is when you buy the flag, there's going to be a card on the flag that'll have that person who it's named to. And so for me, my dad and grandfather, I'll get a couple of flags for them. And so you will be able to walk along and see those flags, and each one of those flags represents somebody, a person that means the world to somebody. And we know that this is going to be such a wonderful event. Proceeds from the event, and we're going to be very transparent about this, 75% of the proceeds will go to veteran services and organizations such as Hearts Veterans Museum. The other 25% will go back to Spirit Media, who we're helping to organize and do this, and I'm coordinating this event. And that will help to go fund programming such as our new Heroes of Faith show that will launch at the new year. We're really excited. Heroes of Faith is going to be a show for those that have it's going to be a show that will have people on that have served, that talk about how important faith has played in their life and how it helped them during their time of service, or if they're currently serving. It's going to be called Heroes of Faith. And so there will be sponsor opportunities for organizations. Service organizations can get together and come help plant the flags. These flags will be planted for a week, Veterans Day week. They will be planted. And what's really neat about this is, again, people for the entire week from sunup to sundown will be able to walk through. Our plan is on Veterans Day that morning to have a special service. And that will kind of be the official open of the field, even though it will already be there for a couple of days. And we will have about an hour-long service because they'll still have the Veterans Day dinner that night that Tara does.
Correct.
So we don't want to interfere with anything, but we want this to be complimentary. And we're still working out some of the details on that. But you'll be able to purchase a flag for $45. Now, here's the cool thing. You'll be able to take that flag with you when we close the field. So at the end of the week on Sunday, that field will close. Folks can come by on Sunday, pick up their flags. And then if they want to keep them and replant them the next year, they can replant them the next year for a replanting fee. Probably $25 will be the fee to replant it. But we envision this being a spectacular display of patriotism. As you drive down I-45, imagine.
There's a lot of traffic that goes up and down I-45.
Imagine 2,000 flags whipping in the wind. We also would like to build an observation deck to where people can actually walk up and stand and overlook the field and take photos.
Take photos.
And so that is what we're working on. Hero Field, that's going to be coming in 2026, and we wanted to announce it today. And then that gives us almost a full year to prepare for this, to get support, to get sponsorships. And I've worked really hard over the past couple of days. You can go to the website, by the way. Herofield.org is the new website. Herofield.org. This will be coming Veterans Day week 2026, and we're calling it Honoring the Brave and Inspiring the Community. This is a field of American flags that will line I-45 here in Huntsville. And as time goes on, we'll have more information about how you can purchase. You'll be able to purchase the flags right through the website. And also, if you'd like to volunteer, we'd love to get the Rotary clubs and the Lions clubs and all these folks involved and first responders to come out and plant the flags. The flags will be on a really nice PVC is how they're typically set up. That PVC will slide onto rebar, and these aren't your just regular get them on Amazon type flags. These are really nice, durable, weather-resistant flags. We didn't want to put something out there that if it comes a thunderstorm, they're going to be tore up. These are nice flags. And so you can be part of this tribute, and maybe you just want to dedicate a flag to somebody too. Maybe you said, you know what, like I said earlier, there's a mentor that meant something to you, and you want to dedicate a flag to them.
Right.
So that is it. And eventually as this grows, we anticipate having more information. We anticipate, I would love to have a big tent out there on the field and have, a big event right there on site under the tent. I'd like to have some sort of a ball where people can come and have to celebrate that way. I'd like to bring in, folks who have served and have them come speak. And we just want to start out right now with the flags and just have a small program and then see how the Lord leads this to grow. So wanted to do it 5 years ago, and luckily Dave Donahue was like, don't do that yet. Hold on to that. And so we have. And there'll be, like I said, plenty of opportunities to sponsor. And this is just going to be a beautiful thing, I believe, here for Huntsville, a way that we can honor those heroes in our life. And it is called Hero Filled. Again, herofilled.org is the website to go to and get more information. So I know a lot of talking, Jason. Anything you wanted to add?
No, I think it's a fabulous idea. Can't wait to see it come to pass.
We got a year to plan for it.
All right.
See, you should be proud of me because normally I'm like 5 minutes before something. Let's plan for it.
Yeah, that would be true.
So I've got 364 days this time to plan for it, Jason.
All right. Well, just don't forget.
Well, hey, that'll wrap it up. Go to Guardian Defense too. Thinking about all things personal safety. How can folks connect? What do you do, Jason? Let them know.
Oh, our contact information is on the website. The easiest way to do it is call, text, Facebook message me. My phone number is 936-293-0364.
There it is. GuardianDefenseLLC.com. You can go to the website also. And just like René, René Gummer, that was Aimee's husband. He wants to come out.
He is. He was. He is.
He's coming out.
Yeah, he wants to come out and shoot.
So there you go. Well, Huntsville, we appreciate you. Remember today, Veterans Day, a special day, and let's honor and thank those who have served and who will serve and who have served and currently serving. We love you, Huntsville. Great show today, Jason.
It was a good show.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
We'll catch you on the flip side, brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Catch you at noon.
Catch you. No, it's Veterans Day. Is it open?
Yeah, it's going to be open.
I'll be there.
We got a vote today.
Oh, I'll be there. So come today, Walker County Referral Cooperative. We'd love to have you join.
Yep.
Be a great day. So.
Yeah, we're voting today.
Awesome. It's a good day to vote, too. It's
a
good patriotic day to vote, man.
I'm telling you.
Well, that'll wrap it up. For Jason Thompson, I'm Rob Hipp, reminding you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, so please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there today needs you. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Walker County Federal Credit Union here with us. So long, everyone. God bless you. See you, Jason.
See you, brother.